Welcome students. For today's session, in this video, we will see how to start group discussion and group discussion tips. So let's start with the first part. Okay, so we have three parts in group discussion, that is initiation, leading and summarizing. So the first part is initiate. So the first and the foremost step to come in light among the group to be knowledgeable enough to initiate the discussion. It is not necessary to have a thorough knowledge of the topic with actual facts and figures, but at least the basic information on the topic will be good enough to speak on it. In order to make your speech more interesting, you can start with a quote which is relevant to the topic, or you can start with a short and simple story. Next part is the lead part. There could be a situation where you do not have enough information on the given topic. It's wise to wait, watch and listen to what the other candidates speak until you get a chance to glide into the discussion. Take charge and start your conversation forward. Once you take charge of the discussion, make sure that you can speak to the point without dragging the topic for the sake of it. The more you add to the speech, the more you get prone to making mistakes. Hence, being precise and leading the discussion impactfully is the key. The last part in the group discussion is summarizing. So when you summarize, it's like initiating a group discussion helps to grab the attention of the GD evaluators. Similarly, summarization is an opportunity to turn heads of the evaluators. Putting together the whole discussion by highlighting the star points and concluding the results of the discussion is summarizing the discussion. The summary should be short and to the point, and no new point should be added for further discussion. Make sure that the summary is not single-sided but a consolidated of both sides of the discussion. Let's move on to the tips. The first part is content is the king. So there is a quote given by Bill Gates in the year 1996. The most pioneering tip for group discussion is relevant content. So students, please ensure content is the king, and this is a very, very important quote given by Bill Gates. The next one is body language and gestures. Maintain good eye contact with other candidates while you speaking. Nod your head positively. The next is strictly avoid looking at the panelist. So there is, like always, many students they have a tendency to look into the panelists and talk. So it is a human tendency to look at the panelists, but remember that the discussion is between the candidates. The next point is do not contradict your own points. Stay firm on your points. Be specific and conscious when you make the points. Respect others. If you don't agree with someone, or if someone says anything is wrong, don't let your speech reflect on it. The next one is dress well. The most important tip is grooming. So we associate grooming with everything of whatever you wear, where panelists are going to have an eye on this. So students, this is a very, very important tip for you to understand the importance of dressing. Keep a check on time. The panelists will give you time frame and try to conclude within the time frame. Last one, confidence and tackle fear factor. So here students, I am going to give you a proverb on practice makes a man perfect. So students, practice as much as possible. This will give you more confidence to do your GD with more positive thoughts. Next we move on to the group discussion skills. So under this we have a few skills that is required here. So under here, the first one is communication skills. So we already seen in the last video on communication is important. So we will see what exactly is required with few examples. So while participating, many candidates will be assessed in terms of clarity of thoughts, expression and aptness of language. One key aspect is listening. It indicates a willingness to accommodate others' view. Example, to be able to use simple language and explain concepts clearly so that it is easily understood by all. So this is a very plain example I'm giving here. The next one is interpersonal skill. It is a reflection of anybody interacting with other members of a group in a particular situation. Here you need to understand here is emotional maturity and promote balance in good interpersonal skill relationship. Example, to remain cool even when somebody provokes you with personal comment, or ability to remain objective, ability to emphasize, not threatening, and more of a team player. The next one is persuasive. So in this skill, it is just to understand, make you able to analyze and persuade others to see the problem from multiple perspective and not from a individual perspective. So you need to understand how others are putting forward for a particular problem. Example, while appreciating someone else's point of view, you should be able to effectively communicate with your own viewpoint without hurting the others. Problem solving skill. The fourth one is problem solving skill. So ability to overcome with divergent and offbeat solutions and use one's own creativity. Example, while thinking of solutions, don't be afraid of think of a novel solution, or you don't have to just get into it, because a very simple thing can make you get into high risk. So please don't go out of the box, come within the topic and understand the topic. And the last part here is conceptualizing skills. So here the ability to grasp a particular topic or a particular given topic that is given in a situation, take it from a day-to-day problem level and apply into a macro level to try to look into a bigger picture on this. So for example, at the end of the discussion, you will be able to probably summarize the findings in a few sentences that presents the overall perspective. So this is the last part, conceptualization, where it has been applied into the summarizing part. Is that clear, students? I hope you enjoyed this session, video session about the how to start with GD and tips, and next is the skills. So more into it we will see on the next session. On the next video we will look into group discussion rules and types of GD. I hope you've understood, and thank you students, and stay tuned.